In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Dear students, a very warm welcome to all of you in today's class. As you all know that our online teaching process has once again gone started after winter vacation. Today is the fourth lecture of that regard. Today we are going to study preposition exercises 31 to 45. If we talk about the learning objectives of this lesson, I must let you know people that at the end of this lesson, you people will be able to use correct preposition with the prescribed words. At the very same time, you will also be able to use correct preposition to fill the blanks. As you already know that preposition is a word that relates a noun or pronoun to another word in the sentence. Time and again we have been talking about this, that the work of preposition is that of gelling the parts of a sentence together. For example, if we have a sentence, the book is the table, it makes no sense. We need some other word for the sake of joining the noun with the rest of the sentence. So we can use it like the book is on the table. So we can say that the preposition is a word that joins a noun or pronoun to the other words in a sentence. Now let's move towards the exercises. First of all, we will be going for exercise number 31. The rainy season has set. Set is a word that we quite often hear about, and the preposition used with it is in. So set in means to start. The rainy season has set in. So you people must keep in mind that we have to use the preposition set with preposition in with the word set. Set in, started. The next is Jimmy has no ear dash music. With ear, you will be using the preposition for. So we'll be calling it as ear for. It means ability to understand, the skill. So Jimmy has no ear for music. It means Jimmy has not got the understanding of music. Next is do not play false. Play false takes with as preposition with it. So it will be do not play false with me. The next is I am desirous dash achieving fame. Desirous is the word which takes the preposition of. Desirous of means fond of, having the wish of attaining something. So desirous will be taking of as preposition. Next is he was run dash by a motorist. Run will be taking the preposition over. He was run over by a motorist means he was knocked down by a motorist. He was hit by run over means to be hit by a vehicle. So run will be taking the preposition over with it. Next is exercise 32. Sentence number 1 is Fortune smiled dash him. So let's see which preposition will be following the word smiled. It will be on. Smiled on means Fortune smiled on him. Fortune favored him. He was lucky to have some kind of opportunity. Next is he's not alive. Alive dash the danger he is in. Alive is followed by the preposition to. Alive to means aware of, having the knowledge of. He is not alive to the danger he is in. Next is he was amazed dash my skill. He was amazed at my skill. Amazed at means surprised, astonished. He was surprised at my skill. He was amazed at my skill. So amazed will be taking at preposition with it. Next is my friend will bear dash my honesty. This is a word you have already read about. So you must be knowing that bear takes out as preposition with it. Bear out, it means confirm, testify. My friend will bear out my honesty. Next is number 5. A big bird was hovering dash a mouse. Hovering will be taking over as a preposition with that. Hover over means to be in a suspended position on something. You can say it like circling on. Next is exercise number 33. And the first sentence is, he is bent dash doing mischief. Let's see which preposition is to be taken by bent. It is on, bent on. Bent on means inclined, have an intention of something. He is bent on doing mischief. Doing mischief means making mischief. Next is number 2. He is entitled dash free medical treatment. Entitled will be taking to as preposition with it. Entitled to. He is entitled to free medical treatment means he has been granted, he will be allowed to have free medical treatment. Next is number 3. He is quick dash English. Quick means fast, easy to learn, or quick to learn. So quick will be taking at as preposition with it. And then you can see the word English over there. It means when you will be using quick with a subject, you will be using the preposition at with it. He is quick at English. The next is also the same word, quick. He is quick dash answering the questions. But now you have to find out the difference. You have to see that what is the difference in the use of quick in both these sentences, sentence number 3 and 4. In the third one, it was being used for a subject. That's why we used at as preposition over there. And now it is some kind of ability and skill. So we'll be using in as preposition with that. He is quick in answering the questions. Next is number 5. The people were not warned dash the flood in time. Warned. What preposition is to be there with warned? Let's check. It is going to be of. The people were not warned of the flood in time means people were not told about, they were not given a warning of, they were not given the knowledge about the flood timely. So warned of is to be the preposition with warned. Next is exercise number 34. The first sentence is, this road leads dash Lahore. So leads is the word. Now let's see which preposition is to be taken by this word. Leads to. This road leads to Lahore. Next is number 2. Regardless dash consequences. He resigned his post. Regardless will be taking of as preposition with it. Regardless of means not taking care of, not being careful about the consequences, results. He resigned his post. Regardless will take which preposition now? It will be taking of as preposition with it. Next is number 3. She has great zeal dash social work. Zeal is to take which preposition? Let's check. It will be taking for. She has great zeal for social work. She has great fondness for social work. She is greatly excited for social work. So zeal for is to be used together whenever. Next is number 4. Your diet is deficient dash proteins and fats. Deficient is our word. So let's check which preposition will be following this word. It is in. Your diet is deficient in protein and fats. Deficient in means lacking, not having the proper proteins and fats in it. Next is number 5. The servant waited dash the officer. So waited is the word here. Now we have to see that which preposition is to be there with it. It is waited on. Mind you people, this wait is not when you are there waiting for a person. It means when you are serving a person. For example, we can see here the servant waited on the officer means the servant was serving the officer. That's why you have to use the preposition on with it. Next is 35. And the sentence number 1 is, he is an authority dash hardy. Authority dash hardy. So what is going to be there in the dash? Let's check. It's on. Authority on means he is having the command on hardy. Mind you people, Hardy is an English novelist. So we will be using on with the authority as preposition. It is useless to argue dash a fool. Argue will be taking with as preposition with it. It is useless to argue with a fool. It is useless to have arguments with a fool. Next is his arguments are relevant dash the subject. Our word is relevant, and now we have to check that which preposition is going to be there with this word. It is to, relevant to. His arguments are relevant to the subject. Relevant to the subject means in accordance with the subject. So relevant will be taking to as preposition with it. Next is he begged dash mercy. Begged is our word, and let's check which preposition is to be there. It's for. The preposition to be used with begged is for. He begged for mercy. He requested. He appealed for mercy. Next is number 5. She blushed dash the name dash her fiancé. She blushed. So let's check. Here we are having two blanks with us. Let's check what's going to be there in the first one and then in the second one as well. It's going to be at. She blushed at. She blushed at means her cheeks became red. She started feeling shy. The name of her fiancé. So blushed will be taking at as preposition, and then for the sake of joining the name with the rest of the sentence, you will be using of as preposition. Next is exercise 36. Our first sentence is, I cannot compromise dash you in this matter. Compromise with. I cannot compromise with you in this matter. I cannot agree with or a kind of same opinion as that of yours in this matter. Next is number 2. You should not indulge dash bad habits. Our word is indulge, and let's check which preposition is going to be there with it. It is in. Indulge in. Indulge in means to be involved in, to get absorbed in, get entangled in. You should not indulge in bad habits. Next is number 3. He was knocked dash in the very first round. He was knocked out. Knocked out means expelled, sent out. So knocked will be taking out as preposition. Next is number 4. He was knocked dash by a car. Now again we are having the same word, but the usage is different. So we have to check that according to this usage, which preposition is to be used. He was knocked dash by a car. He was knocked down. He was knocked down means he was hit, he was crushed down, he was got injured by a car. Next is, some men lust dash gold, but most lust for women. So our word here is lust. Let's check which preposition is going to be there with the word lust. It is for. Lust for. Lust for means to have great eagerness or fondness for something. Next is exercise number 37. And the first sentence is, he plays dash harmonium. Harmonium is a musical instrument. He plays on. He plays on harmonium means he creates the music on harmonium. He rejoiced dash my success. Rejoiced will be taking at as preposition. He rejoiced at my success. The next is, he rejoices dash his own success. Now check the difference. The first one is, my success means somebody is feeling happy for some other person's success. That's why we used at as preposition. And in this one we are having somebody feeling joy for his own success. So what preposition is to be there? It is in. He rejoices in his own success. Next is number 4. He was reduced dash poverty. The word is reduced. Let's check the preposition. The preposition is to be to with it. He was reduced to poverty means he became poor. He had the means no more with him. Next is number 5. You should strive dash the achievement of your aim. Strive will be taking for as a preposition with it. You should strive for. Strive for means make an effort for, work, struggle. Next is exercise number 38. And the first sentence is, she was shocked dash the news of his failure. Shocked will be taking at as the preposition. She was shocked at, she was amazed, she was surprised, she was astonished at the news of his failure. Next is number 2. They set dash work. Set will be taking to as preposition with it. But mind you, people, this will be depending on the context as well, because here we have the work which is to be joined with the rest of the sentence. So we are going to use to as the preposition with it. They set to work. Next is he was shivering dash cold. Shivering with, he was shivering with cold. Shivering with is trembling with cold, is the bodily movement of somebody. Next is number 4. Translate this passage dash English. This is something which is not something unfamiliar to you people. This you go for quite often, so I think you will be able to very easily understand that which preposition is to be there with this one. So let's check. Translate this passage into English. So translate will be taken into with it. Next is she was absent dash the class yesterday. Absent is the word and the preposition to be used with it will be from. She was absent from the class yesterday means she was not present in the class. She was away from the class the previous day. Next is 39. And the first one is he shuddered dash the sight of blood. Shuddered will be taking at as preposition. Shuddered at the sight of blood. Shuddered at the sight of blood. Shuddered means trembled, shivered with fear. Next is number 2. Try to wrestle dash your problems. Wrestle is the word and the preposition to be used is with. Try to wrestle with your problems. It means try to combat your problems. Try to fight with the problems. Try to get over your problems. Next is number 3. She showed great anxiety dash her child's safety. Now anxiety will be taking the preposition about with it. She showed great anxiety about her child's safety. Next is number 4. She is intimate dash her friend. Intimate to. So intimate will be taking to as preposition with it. Next is number 5. The revolt was put dash. The revolt was put down. Now, if you just try to recall a bit in your memory, you will be able to understand that this we have already read in idioms and phrasal verbs as well. So you must be knowing that put down will be used together for the revolt. Next is exercise number 40. And the first sentence is, I rewarded him dash a golden watch. Rewarded is our word and the preposition is going to be with. I rewarded him with a golden watch. I granted him, I gave him. Next is number 2. I have complained to the principal dash you. Complained is the word and the preposition to be used is against. So whenever you will be using the word complained, you will be using the preposition against. Next is number 3. She is fluent dash table talk. Fluent will be taking in as preposition. She is fluent in table talk. Next is number 4. You are no match dash him. You are no match. So match will be taking the preposition for. You are no match for him. Next is number 5. He died without imparting dash anyone the secret of his success. Imparting is our word. Now let's check which preposition is going to be there with it. It is to. Imparting to. He died without imparting to anyone means to without giving anyone, without telling anyone. Next is exercise 41. And the first one is he deals fairly. Dash his customers. He deals. So deals will be taken with. He deals fairly with his customers. Next is number 2. Early rising is good dash health. Good for health. So early rising is good for health. Next is number 3. He has no capacity dash mathematics. For mathematics, capacity for, ability for, taste for, understanding of. Next is number 4. His conduct is not compatible dash his principles. Compatible with. Compatible with means according or in the same line. Next is number 5. The boat was tied dash a rope. The boat was tied dash a rope. Tied with. The boat was tied with a rope. Next is the same exercise, and we have to move towards the sentence number 6. The two friends have fallen dash over a trifle. Over a trifle means on a slight kind of issue. Fallen out. Fall out means to quarrel. Fallen out means started quarreling or have started the quarrel. Fallen will be taking out as preposition. Next is number 7. The bereaved father was overwhelmed dash grief. Overwhelmed will be taking with as a preposition. Overwhelmed with grief. Grief means some kind of agony, sadness. Next is number 8. You have no business to intrude dash my privacy. Intrude into means disturb, interfere. Next is number 9. Wet clothes cling dash the body. Cling to the body. They are closely attached or they become connected with the body. Next is number 10. The gun is loaded dash a bullet. The gun is loaded with a bullet. So loaded will be taking with as a preposition. Next is exercise number 42. And the first sentence is, this road is closed dash traffic. Closed to traffic. This road is closed to traffic. So closed will be taking to as a preposition. Next is number 2. He is heedless dash consequences of. Heedless will be taking of as preposition. Heedless of means careless of, not taking care of, no kind of anxiety or issue about the consequences or results. Next is number 3. He still holds dash old and conservative views. He still holds dash old and conservative views. So holds will be taking to. Sticks to, still believing on. Next is number 4. I'm very dash this routine work. Very of. Very of means bored of, tired of, no more interested in. So very will be taking off as preposition. Next is number 5. We will fight dash the last man for our freedom. Fight will be taking to as a preposition with it. We will fight to the last man for our freedom. Next is exercise 42, the same, and the sentence is number 6. My sister stays dash home. My sister stays at home. It can be used in home as well. Next is number 7. Meet me dash noon on Thursday. We have read the rules of preposition as well, and there we have read that the time takes at as preposition with it. So according to noon, we will be using at with it. Next is number 8. I haven't seen you dash a week. For a week. This is that rule of since and for, that when you are having a time which is not a fixed one, then you go for the use of for. So I haven't seen you for a week. Next is number 9. I bought this hat dash 10 rupees. For 10 rupees. Giving a cost of 10 rupees. Next is number 10. They were alarmed dash the news of flood. Alarmed at. It means afraid or in a worried kind of state of mind. Next is exercise 43. And the sentence is number 1. This amount is not adequate dash our need. Adequate will be taking to as preposition. Adequate to means enough, or enough for according to the requirement. Next is number 2. Can you guess dash his tricks? Can you guess at his tricks? So guess will be taking at as preposition. Next is number 3. He hinted dash something remarkable. He hinted at something remarkable. He hinted at. He gave as a guess something remarkable, something memorable. Hinted will be taking at as preposition. Next is number 4. His dealings are dash board. Above board. Above board, once again, we have already read, so you must be having an idea of it. His dealings are above board. Above board means clear, no kind of ambiguity in that. Number 5 is we should not sneer dash religion, sneer at. So whenever we are going to have sneer there, it will be taking at as preposition. The same exercise, exercise 43. Our next exercise is exercise 43.6. The speech was suited dash the occasion. Suited will be taking to as preposition with it. It is going to be suited to. Next is number 7. Do not hit dash the belt. Hit below the belt. Now if you remember this also we have already read, hit below the belt. Next is number 8. You should reconcile dash your fate. Reconcile will be taking to as preposition with it. So it is going to be reconcile to your fate. Next is number 9. Everybody seeks dash happiness. Seeks will be taking after as preposition with it. So it's going to be seeks after. Next is number 10. The doctor treated him dash malaria. So what preposition is going to be used? It's going to be of. The doctor treated him of malaria. Next is exercise number 44. And the first sentence is he is traveling dash road. Traveling by road. He is traveling by road. Next is number 2. He is like a brother dash me. So what preposition is to be used for joining me with the rest of the sentence? It's going to be to. He is like a brother to me. Next is number 3. Make this note dash the margin. In the margin. Make this note in the margin. Next is number 4. The widow was dressed dash black. Dressed in. Dressed in means wearing. The widow was dressed in black. Next is number 5. Our teacher is dash this committee. On this committee. So how it is to be used? It is to be used as our teacher is on this committee, to be on something. Next is same exercise and 6th sentence. Do not build castles dash the air. This is a proverb as well, so you must be clearly knowing that it is going to have in as preposition with it. Do not build castles in the air. Next is number 7. He is opposed dash your plans. Opposed will be taking to as preposition. He is opposed to your plans. Next is number 8. He has a good command dash English. So what preposition is to be taken by command? Let's check. It's of. Command of. She has a good command of English. Next is number 9. Please send dash the police. Send will be taken for as preposition in this case over here. Please send for the police. Call the police. Number 10 is keep dash bad company. Keep away bad company means do not get involved in bad company. Keep distance. Next is exercise number 45 and the first sentence is Hamlet was written dash Shakespeare. Mind you people that Hamlet is a play and Shakespeare is an English writer. So written by Hamlet was written by Shakespeare. Next is number 2. This train leaves here dash Lahore at midnight. Leaves for. This train leaves for Lahore at midnight. Next is number 3. This is his secret dash you and me. Secret between you and me. Hence it's 2 people, so you will be using between with the secret. Next is number 4. I looked dash the window at the busy street. I looked through the window means by the window, using the window. I looked through the window at the busy street. Next is number 5. Go by this street, turn right dash the post office. Turn will take to with it. Turn right to the post office. Next is exercise 45 sentence number 6. Can you push it dash the keyhole? Push will be taking into as preposition with it. Can you push it into the keyhole? Next is number 7. This amount is equal dash that. Equal to that. This amount is equal to that. Next is number 8. Be patient dash your enemies. Patient with your enemies. Next is number 9. He chose cricket in preference dash football. Prefer to, you have already read, so this is something close to that. So let's check what's to be used. To. He chose cricket in preference to football. Next is number 10. A warm reception was accorded dash the president. Accorded to the president means high kind of protocol, good kind of treatment was given, so accorded to the president. Accorded will be taken to as preposition. Here we come to the close of our last exercise of the lesson. Here is an assignment for you people. You have to practice filling the blanks by using the preposition that you have studied in today's class. You have to learn them and you will go on practicing so that you may get a better command of them. That is all from our today's lesson. Take very good care of yourselves. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.